was a good fish. Wow. So g'day folks, welcome to another PTP Fishing, and I'm on the Pine River. I've been really looking forward today. As I've said in the last few videos, not really getting out and about very much at the moment. There's a window of opportunity this morning and I'm just going to go fishing. Just going to enjoy where I am, enjoy what I'm doing, hopefully catch a few fish to show you. Anyway, let's see how that all goes. Welcome to another PTP Fishing. Oh, look at that. The big ball of fires coming over the horizon. I've got my coffee from the Rocks Cafe, all set. Time to get this first cast going. Let's see if I can catch a fish. Oh, nice coffee. Nice coffee. Okay. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. There you go, we came back. I had a bite right at the start of that retrieve. That's a nice way to start. You just stay on there, buddy. I thought, geez, it's unusual for a flatty not to come back, and he did. So hopefully we're on the board. Not in the net just yet, but come on, in you come. Yeah, baby. Nice. Very nice. So there's first flathead of the day. He wasn't going to come off. I've pinned him beautifully through that top lip. I'd say he's most probably 43, 44 centimetres. Anyway, we'll get that lure out of him. I'll give you a closer look. So there that fish is. 47 centimetres, so a little bit bigger than I thought. I'm actually looking to take a feeder fish today, and fish between sort of 45 and 55 are my favourite size. So unfortunately for you, mate, it's your unlucky day. But quickly show you the lure I got him on. So you saw me in past videos, particularly here at the Pine, I've been using these jigging lures, soft plastic. So what they've come out with is a new range that basically glow in the dark. I'll put a description around me here somewhere, but that's one of the versions. They gave me a few just to give it a bit of a try. This is the first time I had a chance to do that. It's come up trumps. So first fish on the jigging lures, soft plastic. Let's see if I can get a few more. It's always nice to get that first fish on the board. One more about that size and I've got my feed. And like I said, it's all about just going fishing today. Try a few different lures out. Have a bit of a play. Enjoy just being back on the Pine. Tapped at the hop before. Oh, what have I got? A brim on a 5-inch plastic. Unbelievable. Get up in here. Well, if that's an omen for the day, that's a big plastic for a brim. So there's my brim. Look at the size of the plastic he's eating. Obviously was hungry. Anyway, so that jigging lures soft plastic catches brim as well. Not quite the target species, I wouldn't have thought, not for a lure that size, but anyway, you take what you get. That's what happens when you just go fishing. Nice fish. Nice fish. Oh, come here, buddy. Come here. Hey. Love it. So there you go. Flathead number 2. It's a bit of a closer look at that lure there. I'd say he's closer to 50 than he is 40. So that's the second fish I'm going to take home. I've got my feed. Now I can just fish for a bit of fun. So that fish was right on 50 centimetres. So like I said, I've got a cracking feed now. So a lot of people have asked me in the videos in the past about retrieves and what I do with the flathead and everything else. And to be honest with you, flathead, you can do all sorts of things. I mean, they are one of the best targets for soft plastics there is. Few things that I do, the key is obviously getting to the bottom and fishing that bottom 10% of the water, or even the bottom 5% of the water. You can do sharp hops. You can do a couple of quick winds of the reel. As long as you let it get back to the bottom, that's the key for me. Now, I've seen lots of people use 8/6 jig heads. I find that very hard to do. I use a 3/8 jig head. I use a PML jig head. TTs obviously do fantastic jig heads, but for me the key is to get to the bottom. I try and match the jig head colour to my plastic, or in this case find something that's complete contrast, and that's purely, it just adds a little bit of attraction. It looks more like a bait fish, and it's an extension of the soft plastic. But like I said, the key is for me that it's on the bottom. I like to fish with the current, so at the moment the tide's going out, so the current's actually coming towards me, and I just hop it along. And what the flathead are doing, there's lots of undulation on the bottom here, and they're just sitting there waiting for something to swim past. Hopefully they see my lure and then they just grab it. You know, if you're fishing a light jig head, it's not too bad when there's not a lot of run like there is now, but as soon as you've got a fair bit of current, then you're fishing behind the boat, and I find fishing behind the boat with the current going that way very, very difficult. So I hope that helps a little bit. I've got a 2 to 4 kilo outfit, so it's a blade and tails, a 7 foot, 2 to 4 kilo, or 4 to 8 pound, I think they are, one piece. I'm using 6 pound braid, 12 pound leader, and a 2,500 size reel. So there you go. A little bit about fishing soft plastics for flathead. Oh, pulled it out of his mouth. Bugger. I'm going to come back. Another thing that's important when you're doing this sort of fishing is if you feel anything different, i.e. tick on the line, a bit of weight, strike. Unfortunately, I had that happen just then, and I pulled the lure out of the fish's mouth. But yeah, don't be afraid if you feel something different to strike, and strike pretty hard. You want to get that hook through the top lip of that flathead. So what's happening now is I'm starting to run out of run in the tide. So the only reason we're pointing this way at the moment is because of the wind. It's most probably the toughest time to fish for flatties. And I tend to change my retrieve, so you'll notice that it tends to be 2 or 3 quick grinds of the handle rather than the hops. And that's just purely for the fact that I'm looking for a reaction strike. And the hops, they tend to just hop on the one spot, so you know, I want the fish to react and go and smash it. I'm not going to get that just with a hop. It's most probably an opportunity to, you think about changing your plastic, something with a paddle tail or a curl tail, and that's for the same reason. It's just something that creates a bit more attraction. So, you know, a little bit more vibration in the water, a little bit more movement, just something that'll attract the flathead when there's no run in the tide for them to sort of sit and wait when they might actively hunt something. Oh, there's a fish. Oh, it's coming to me. Oh, look at that. That's a ripper of a fish. Oh dear. Come on, Ned. Get in there. Yes. Whoa. Wow. So the tide's turned. So we've got the first of the run in. And as I said before, I changed plastics to a paddle tail. So that's another one of the jigging lures, one of the new colours. I think that's the great colour in the night, the glow in the dark sort of colours. Anyway, I'll show you that a little closer shortly. So there's that fish. There's that soft plastic I was telling you about. We'll go and find the packet and tell you exactly what they are, because I should know that. But anyway, jigging lures. First of the run-in tide. Nice fish. He's going to get a tag and get put back. So what a beautiful fish. 54 centimetres that fish. So go over on this side here. Get those out of there. Pop her in there. Away she goes. We've got something. I reckon that may well have been what nibbled at my plastic before. Oh, another nice fish. And have a look how he has inhaled this plastic. He's trying to shake it out of his mouth. He says, what the? Just need to get down here to my net. Come on, buddy. Oh, don't do that. Come here. Yes. So you notice I'm actually moving around quite quickly. I know there hasn't been a huge amount of flathead. Oh, look how he's taken that in. There hasn't been a huge amount of flathead in the pine, or at least I haven't seen a lot of reports on them anyway. Look at that, that's right in there. So I'm just fishing fairly quickly. Obviously I'm just finding random fish. Anyway, I'll turn this camera off and show you this flathead a little bit closer. So he's not huge, he'd be 43, 44, but tell me you didn't want that plastic. Sit still. There we go. Look at that. That's right in there. Again, that's that jigging lures. I had a look on the packet. So they're called Night Raiders, the new colours. I think there's about 4 or 5 colours in the range. I said designed for night fishing. Doesn't mean you can't use them during the day though. I think I'm going to have to retie that leader. So just while I'm retying this leader, quickly show you that plastic. So I said that's a jigging lures Exo paddle tail in the Night Raider colour. I think that's the great colour. PML jig head. Lots and lots of action on that lure. Anyway, I'll tie him back on again and go and catch myself another fish. Yep, there's a fish. Only a little tacker. Up you come. Get in here. Should use the net. So 41 centimetres that last fish. Oh, actually bit my soft plastic in half, you cheeky bugger. Anyway, time to re-rig. That ain't going to catch me anything anymore. Okay, let's see if there's any more. How much fun is this? Let me bring this net a little bit closer. Okay, making my life harder than it should be. One more cast across there, I think, and then we'll move to the other bridge. Yep, there we go. So all I feel, oh, nee, bugger. Look, got him again. Yep, he came back. Oh, that's bizarre. Oh, that's what you call a stupid flathead. Thought I dropped him. I think I did drop him. And then he came back and hit it again. Obviously didn't want his... Oh no, that's a poor net job, Peter. Come on, come into this net. Thank you. So I've had a change of plastic. As I said, that big wide paddle tail just grabbed too much water in all this current. So I've just gone with just a straight jerk shad and it's done the job. So there's that plastic I've gone to. I think it's a Kitech of some form. There's that PML jig head. One of the things I love about them is you can get the those flash eyes. It's just something else to attract the fish. That's the first fish in a little while. Whoever is nibbling at my plastic needs to nibble at it properly. So there's something down there going dunk. I don't know what that is. It's a different sort of bite. It's not a tick like you would get with a flathead. It's just like a light tap. Ooh. It's one of those ones where you think, did I drop it straight on the fish's head? Yep. Oh, that's... Oh, no! Shit. That was a good fish. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, that was such a solid bite. Anyway, let's flicker up there again. That was a solid bite. I did not move that fish. It just sat there shaking its head. Ooh, ooh. Yep, got him. That fish actually grabbed it while it was sitting there. Nice. It's been a little while. Anyway, nice to get another fish. There's that fish. I'll come a little bit closer to you. So I reckon that's pretty much fish of the day, but I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little bit of fishing line there. So obviously somebody's lost that fish. The line's hanging out of his mouth. I will trim that off before I get him going, but not a bad fish. I said he'd be 55 most probably. Yeah, somebody's unfortunately lost that one before because there's that little bit of fishing line hanging out of its mouth. Anyway, we'll trim that off, pop a tag in him, we'll let him go. Okay, so that guy was out front here a little bit more, so let's have a bit of a flick out there. I said the line tightened up before I even did a hop. So the beauty of these jig heads, they sit on an angle on the bottom, so that tail sort of sits off the bottom and wiggles there. So he obviously thought, if it's stupid enough to sit there, I'm going to eat it. Anyway, it's been a great day. Look at this for great weather. I must admit I was a little concerned when the tide was changing, the wind picked up and I thought, hello. It hasn't. It's been beautiful. Oh. It was a bite, but not by anything we want to catch. It's bitten the tail off the plastic, the cheeky bugger. As much as I'm more than likely catch something on that plastic like that, it doesn't feel right. So one more cast and then I'm going to swap that plastic, or re-rig, or whatever you want to call it. Got him. Oh, he's swimming towards me. Told you I could still get a fish on that plastic. It's not a very big one though by the look of him. Oh, he's not bad. Anyway, that justifies that plastic. Oh, I never said not a very big one. It's most probably fish of the day. Unbelievable. So there she is, and I say she because I'm pretty confident that's a female fish. 54 centimeters. You go off and make sure that there's more flathead for us to catch here in the pine. Off she goes. Oh, I don't know what this is. This is pulling harder than anything I've cooked so far today. Oh. Holy crap. I wasn't even filming the hookup because I was throwing into not very deep water. I'm assuming this is a trevally or something like that. All I know is at the moment it's dictating terms to me, not the other way around. Oh dear. I'll come up here so I can film you. Definitely a trevally. Come on, up you come. Oh! Come on, up you come. That's not a bad fish either for a river fish. Yeah, you just come up here. Oh, no, not under the boat. Come on, up you come. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. There you go. So that fish came from over there, and I guarantee you there's no more than 2 or 3 foot of water. So there's my little GT. There's that plastic and that jig head again. So that's a decent sort of fish for the river. You know, he'd be probably high 30s, maybe early 40s. Certainly fight hard. Lots and lots of fun on these, you know, on the light gear that you're using. So very, very cool. Just another thing you can catch here in the pond. So as Robbie Alexander would say, the iometer was pretty good. Right on 40 centimetres tip, 35 fork. And off he goes. I should have another cast in there, shouldn't I? So those 2 young fellas were anchored up in here but just before, so I sort of went around them. But now I'm the only person here at the bridge, whereas before everybody was here, so not quite sure why everybody's left. I'm still finding the odd fish. I have a couple of casts here, and then the lure of the flats. I've got a lure that I'm very keen to try. But since the boys have left, it gives me a chance just to fish this little area here, because there seems to have been fish in most of the spots so far, so we'll give this 10 minutes. Yep. There you go. So the boys were anchored right here before, and have just left. Oh, and that's another thumping flathead. Beautiful flathead. Oh. Come on, get in here. Oh yeah. They would have been sitting almost on top of that fish. And I reckon that is fish of the day. So there's that fish. What a beautiful fish it is too. For me, that's definitely fish of the day. That'd be high 50s, maybe just 60, but I reckon 58, 59. I think that's a good way to finish this video, but it's going to be part 1 rather than finishing it all together. I've got a lure that I really want to try out up on the flats, but I've had so much fun, and it's amazing if you just go fishing. Obviously have a little bit of a plan of attack, but I've had an absolute ball. So check that guy out. I hope you've enjoyed part 1 of the video. If you have, don't forget to like and subscribe. I need a few more subscribers. They're coming along, but pretty slowly, so help me out. Subscribe to the channel. Enjoy the videos. So that's the end of part 1, and I hope you can all wait. Well, hopefully there is a part 2. We'll see, but yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video. End of part 1 now. We'll get into part 2. Thanks for watching. Yeah, one last look at it. 57 centimetres, so great way to finish this video. Don't forget part 2. Catch you next time from PTP Fishing. Oh, she wanted to go. See ya.